Hey guys, welcome to Casey Crawls. Hey, in this episode, we are gonna do a 5,000 mile overview or review of my 2021 Jeep Rubicon two-door. As some of you know, I traded I think it was a 2019 BMW 440 convertible for this Jeep, and everybody thought I was crazy, but I really wanted a Jeep that I could drive every day. And so how has that been, driving to work every day? So a little bit about my commute. I live on the northeast side of Houston, and I work downtown. I live in a little community called Huffman, and it is a 37-mile drive from my house to where I work downtown. And it's not bad. I make it in about 45 minutes, and if you've ever been in Houston, you're 45 minutes from just about everywhere. So, you know, people live closer to downtown, and it takes them just as long, if not longer, to make it to work. So, not really that bad. The ride in this thing is really pretty decent for a Jeep. So no complaints there. Is it as smooth as the BMW or the wife's Mercedes? No. Is it rough riding and uncomfortable? No. I really have found that it's pretty comfortable. It's not bad at all. So I spent a lot of time on the phone. How is the wind noise? Can you hear the wind? Sure. When you're on the freeway, 70, 75 miles an hour, you get a little bit of wind noise, but it's not bad at all. It's not bad enough to where it's bothersome. So I really can't complain. I talk on the phone quite a bit for work, and I hit the road to head home. Coming home is typically 50 to 60 minutes. And that's because there's, you know, everybody leaves at the same time, so there's a good bit of traffic. In the morning, I leave a little bit early, so I beat a lot of the traffic. So it's really not that bad in the morning. I spend a lot of time on the phone on my way home. And can you talk on the phone? Absolutely. I've talked to folks about sound quality, and it's probably not as good as the BMW, but it's really good. No issues with people I'm speaking with trying to understand me. They can understand me just fine. So no issues there whatsoever. So what things have I not liked about the two-door Jeep Rubicon? Well, there are a few things. One, Apple CarPlay in this thing, I don't know if it's my phone, if it's this, what is it called, Uconnect, but it's a little buggy. Not like the BMW or my wife's Mercedes acts really well with Apple CarPlay. In the Jeep, when you're listening to music, it skips a lot, and you have to be plugged in to the dash controls or the dash media input. There's a USB in the center console. It'll work for about 3 minutes, and then it freezes up, and it no longer recognizes your iPhone. So that's really maddening. And you know what's even more maddening is if you take it to the Jeep dealer, they act like this is the first time they've ever heard of that complaint. Yet when you get on the forums online, everybody has the same complaint. Now, maybe all those guys that work at the Jeep dealer perhaps they drive a Ford. I don't know. I will tell you that I don't have Apple CarPlay in my Ford pickup. Uh-oh. Woo, that was close. Almost ran that light. I think it was pink. I don't have Apple CarPlay in my pickup, but I have never had a problem with my phone connecting, playing music through the head unit. It all works flawlessly. My wife's car, no issues whatsoever. The BMW, perfect. Never had an issue. The Jeep, day one, issue. I did take it in to the dealer, and they could not replicate the problem. Go figure. At any rate, that's the number one thing I don't like. Number two. Now this is a 21 model, and what I understand is the steering gearbox was replaced with an all steel gearbox. The 18, 19, and I believe some of the 20 models had an aluminum gearbox, and the steering was really sloppy. So the steering on those must have been extremely poor, because the steering on this one was, I would classify as just irritating. It seems that there's a little more steering wheel input required to keep it in the lane than there should be. And so I think a lot of folks just chalk it up to, well, it's a Jeep thing. Well, I've got 3 Jeeps now. I've got Raggedy Red, my buggy, the 82 CJ7, and now the 21 Wrangler Rubicon. And my 82 CJ7 drives straighter down the highway than the Rubicon. So what did I do? I went out and bought that Synergy Suspensions. It's that sector shaft brace and a track bar brace. Installed that, and it actually helped quite a bit. I mean, it's significant. So my Jeep is bone stock as far as the suspension, tires, and wheels go, and that made a huge difference. The steering is still, I would classify as a little sloppy, but nothing like it was. So no issues going between big trucks on the highway. You know, before it was a little unnerving, but it does pretty good. So steering, that's the second thing I've not really cared for. Let's see, number 3. Gas mileage. I know it's a Jeep thing. Gas mileage is not supposed to be great, and guess what? It's not. It doesn't matter what you do. Gas mileage, you're not going to get better. If you get 21, you're doing good. Now mine has the Pentastar 3.6 liter V6, and I've got the automatic transmission, so it's the 8-speed. And I'm not, you know, I try and conserve fuel, but like I said, I think on the way up to Livingston, we go up to the lake every now and then, I can get, if I reset everything going up there on those little 2 lanes with cruise, I can get 23 miles to the gallon. Unfortunately though, I can't sustain 23 miles to the gallon. So I think the best tank I've had is about 21 and a half. The worst tank is about 19. So, you know, is what it is. If you go all the way to empty, you can probably get a little over 300 miles, 315, 320 to a tank. And I think it holds, I don't know, I think it's like 15 gallons or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's 17. I can't remember. So fuel mileage, number 3. All right, number 4. This one is a little bit irritating, but I've gotten a little bit used to it. I've done some research, and I think I know what the fix is. It's new wheels, which means if you get new wheels, you might as well get new tires, right? But this is really weird. So at about 63, 64 miles an hour, the Jeep exhibits a thrumming sound. It feels like a driveline vibration. So I'm on the road. Like I said, it feels like a driveline vibration, and at about 70, it goes away. Now, there are extensive entries on forums online that talk about this thrumming feel, sound, vibration. Oh, there's a Sarge Green Wrangler. And people have gone so far as to replace drive shafts with CV shafts, thinking it was a driveline vibration, because quite honestly, that's what I thought it was. It looks like several folks have indicated that when they replaced the wheels with aftermarket wheels, they got away from the factory Rubicon wheels, that thrumming sound or feel went away, which is pretty cool. So who knows? I will tell you, I've been looking at wheels. Again, I've got like 5,000 miles on this thing, and I've done a ton to it already. I've been looking at wheels, and Icon just came out with one called the Rebound Pro, and they've got a DOT legal bead lock that's pretty slick. It uses these internal pins to hold the bead on the wheel. So I'm going to look at those. They're $300 and I guess about $330, $340 a wheel, which is a little pricey, but that's not bad for, you know, a streetable bead lock. That might be kind of cool. So if I do that, I'd need to go to I wouldn't need to, but you'd want to go to a little bit bigger tire. So I think I would go to the 315/70, which is equivalent to a 35. And I believe you can do that without a lift. I really kind of want to stay away from a lift because this is my daily driver. At any rate, I think that new wheel, I think that's the fix for that thrumming sound. So what was that, number 4 thing I don't like? And let's see, number 5, what do I not like? The 5th thing. So this is not anything that you would have a solution for, but the way the Jeep is shaped, and everybody knows, and this actually, the windshield on this one lays back slightly more than the old Jeeps, but I've never had a problem with my CJ7, maybe because I hadn't driven it. So the number 5 thing is driving this thing daily tends to catch some rocks in your windshield. And so when I bought the thing, you know, you go through the finance guy, and he tries to upsell you on the tire warranty and the extended warranties. And they had one, the glass replacement. I should have bought that one. So I had 500 miles on the Jeep, and I took a rock, and I've got a crack. Fortunately, it's on the passenger side, but I've got a crack that is about 18 inches long and spreading and growing. It turned over here, so it's headed my way. So hopefully it stays over there. But that's the 5 things that I really don't care for with the Jeep. That's in 5,000 miles, that's what I've come to discover. So not too bad. I really like the Jeep otherwise. I mean, those are just a few annoyances. So really not bad at all, and has been a decent daily driver. Again, folks think I'm crazy for trading the Beamer, but I did, and I really enjoy the Jeep because I'm a Jeep guy. So there you go. Thanks for watching.